fucking live. Welcome back to another episode of the IRL Quest podcast. Let's go. Let's go.
What's up, bro? Another episode down. We're in
Yes,
this
sir.
shit. It don't stop.
Hey, we got a special guest today. Last time we had a shit ton of fun
Yes, sir.
with Jonah. It was a great conversation, and we brought a special guest on today to kind of continue the trend, bro. So
Yeah, I mean, I'm loving it, bro. I like the different perspectives they bring and all the good
there you
stuff.
go, 100%. So today we got our boy Ragnar, Jose.
Oh, what up,
bro?
boy?
What's good, dog?
How you doing?
Yo, what's good, bro? Yo, say hey, let the people know who you are, what you do, etc. A little bit of your story, bro.
Jose Breggio. I work with kids, to say that. Make more than 50K a year, so that's official. And went to school for biology. Used to be obese. Now I'm big.
Now you're
big
fucking
muscle.
jacked.
Now I'm jacked, so that's it. Like nothing crazy.
And how much is your bench press?
285.
Is it 285?
285.
That's
Max.
fucking impressive, bro. That's fucking
It's-
impressive. Welcome
all
to the
guys
pod, bro.
out there listening.
My brother's more. He's half my weight, dude.
Holy shit, bro. It's just a family of animals, bro. I'll be pushing all types of weight, bro. Well, welcome to the pod, dog. We
fun.
appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, we're all.
We'll have an
friends.
interesting conversation once again. What are we talking about today, Eric?
Bro, there's a few good things we want to talk about. First, we have this recurring theme where I think like 3 or 4 episodes already, we've mentioned this quote. It's pretty much a little motto we go by at IRL Quest, right? And so we want to impose this. This might be a normal trend we start implementing with guests. We'll like ask them their perspective on it. So we're trying to test that today. And Leroy, if you go ahead and pull it up for me, please.
I'll pull it up on the screen, bro. Every guest is gonna have this. Like, I want to see your opinion on this because I feel like we strongly believe in it. So let me pull it up right here. All right.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Bada boom. Here it is. Hard times create strong men. Strong men create good times. Good times create weak men. Weak men create hard times. What y'all think about that? Jose, what was your opinion on that, bro?
Can't agree with it. You can even look at it like our current age. We've had like I think 60 years of really nice progress with like communication, access to like food and like everything. Like you can get literally Amazon tomorrow and get whatever you want, like that. Phones. So I think we're like pretty much at the last one right now, because like a lot of people I meet like don't have that work hard mentality or like whatsoever.
Interesting you say that, bro.
Especially with like a lot of dudes I meet are like,
yeah. What?
like,
So that's the meme, right?
That's the
so
only word.
we all know what it is, right? So viewers of the show, you know that we talk about this on the show all the time. So let's go ahead and just get into it, bro. Let me remove it off the screen, bro. So it's interesting what you said. Like, a lot of dudes you meet like just don't have that work hard mentality. What do you expect? Can you go a little bit deeper into that?
Okay, I can only give you like perspective on like working out and fitness and health.
All right.
Because I've had my downtown when it comes to like money. So like I was basically a NEET for a while, and went to college, but like basically on my parents, my dad's help.
100%.
But when it comes to like improving diet, discipline, being consistent with things, like sticking to one thing, I've had that like it's people have a lot of trouble with that, and it's very you compare it to like old times where my dad could do like one thing for like fucking 10 years straight. Most people now can't even do like one thing for like 4 days.
Bro, you know, like how crazy it is. Like we talked about it. We had an episode on the podcast where we talked about dopamine detox. And as you're saying these things, the thing that comes to my mind is, bro, like everybody's so overstimulated today that like, how you gonna focus on one thing when you might be doing an assignment for school or some shit, you might be at work, and your mind's just like,
Everybody,
all right, let me go on Instagram real quick. Instagram real quick or whatever.
Like I work with some of these kids and they have like 90% of them have ADHD.
Yeah,
And
like diagnosed or
now, like they're diagnosed, but like people who aren't diagnosed say they have ADHD or
Yeah.
they have a minor form of it.
Like, you
And
know how I think that's probably less to do with ADHD and more to do with like attention issues. Like you probably don't have, because I mean it's not as common. I don't know. I don't want to say it's not as common
Yeah.
because I don't know the
Let's not,
statistics
let's
on
not
it.
hear a bullshit number right now,
Yeah,
bro.
I don't want to. I don't want to say it's not
don't-
as common because I don't know the exact statistics. But what I can say is that a lot of people are like, "Oh yeah, I have ADHD." No, you don't, bro.
oh,
You're
I'm
just
depressed, or I'm this and that, and I
you
work it. And I
yeah.
see people who are generally depressed every day or are technically diagnosed, and it's just like night and day. And I talk to females a lot. Like 80% of them are, oh, I'm depressed.
Yo, Jose, let me ask you a follow-up question with that. I mean, you mentioned
Uh-huh.
females, bro, so I do have to ask. Do you have a preference when it comes to like sad girls versus like go-getter girls?
I like to fuck sad girls. Like do you guys have like an aesthetic? Or like what type
I
of
think
girl
I
you
think
like?
both guys have an aesthetic.
Everybody got an
Okay.
aesthetic, bro.
Everyone got an
Well,
aesthetic.
I like the sad girl aesthetic and the whole like daddy and like weak submissive shit. But outside of the bedroom, that shit disgusts me. You know, like that shit just like yo, get away from me.
So like in the
Get
bedroom,
the
she
fuck
has to
away
act
from
this
me.
way, but like in real life, she has to flip it up.
Yeah, it's like you be like this in the bedroom when closed doors, but if you're like this outside, like in the fucking like in the street, yo, just get the fuck out of my car.
So what exactly?
Like,
So what
The fuck
exactly do
out,
you
bro.
mean by like that? What does it look like in the street that repulses you?
uh,
Like what type of
like
behavior?
complaining, constantly
Bitching all the
complaining about
time,
something,
moaning.
bitching all the time, moaning.
Well, I hope they're
Like
not fucking moaning in the middle of the street, bro.
Nah, but you know,
like
like not literally moaning, like
Nah, of
or like
course
the
bitching and
whole
not.
meme
moaning
where it's
about
like,
stuff.
oh, I'm hungry, and then you give them. At this point, I don't even give them like I give them two options. I give girls two options. You either get this or that because anything more than two, it's just like a whole thing about bitching about, oh, I like this, about I want that. It's like you turn this thing about asking for food into like a bitch or moan situation. So I avoid that shit like a plague.
100%, bro. It's interesting you say
Yeah,
that. I don't know what your experience is, Eric, but nowadays, like I've been in a LTR, like long term relationship for a minute now, like over 2 years. And bro, at the beginning, like I've learned that like you just can't give them options, bro. You gotta tell them, hey, this is what we're doing. It's that simple. Because bro, if you let them decide, they'll fucking take a year. You'll never end up eating some shit that you want. It'll be like, oh, this, but not that.
and the food probably shit.
And they'll go off all their fucking emotions. Where it's like, yo, this is what we're doing, and because we're making a call right here,
Yeah,
and this
yo,
is what we're gonna do.
let me ask
That's
you a
it.
real life question, boys, and maybe you guys have fallen into a similar trap. So usually when you watch like shows with your girl, right? Like you're probably gonna pick a show, then she picks a show, then you pick a show. Usually that's the trend for the equal balance, right? Have you
Okay.
ever been in a situation where she picks the show, so you guys commit to that show that has like 6 seasons, and then as the next show's about to be picked, they're like, "Well, let's watch
Or
this next."
okay, you guys want to do it like segmented, like long term hookup, and then like semi long term or something, Eric? Because like I don't have that perspective. I have more of like next to Netflix and chill. I
Well,
pick
no,
up
I mean
show,
it
I
doesn't
fuck
have to
them.
be. Yeah, of course, of
Well,
course.
to answer your
So
question, Eric, from the perspective of a LTR, right,
yeah,
bro? I don't watch shows with my girl, like
Ever.
because the shit that she watches is fucking trash, in my
gross,
opinion.
trash.
And so
Yes.
I can't just be watching like, bro, she'll be watching shit like, like the show Selling Sunset. She'll be watching like the Love Is Blind bullshit, like the
Hmm.
fucking.
Oh, didn't you watch Love Is Blind? I'm pretty
Well,
sure you watched
nah,
that,
I
bro.
watched the first
All
season,
right,
bro,
all
and I
right
was,
then, all right.
but I watched it. I watched it back in like now I have such a different perspective that I watched the show and I'm like, bro, all these dudes are fucking. They're just fucking simps, bro. I can't be watching this shit. Like I cringe so hard at like. Have you seen?
Yeah,
There's a show
yeah.
on Netflix, dog. There's a show on Netflix where it's like they match together, and it's like their girls giving them like an ultimatum, like by the end of the show, we get married or I'm going my own way. What the fuck, yo? Like
Unrealistic, right?
not only is
This
it
is the Disney
unrealistic,
bullshit.
not only is it unrealistic, like who the fuck are you to talk to me like that, bro? Like type shit. That's just how I feel. I cringe so hard watching these things now that
You know
it's like,
what? You know what I equate it to, bro? And that's why I try not to throw too much judgment. Is I equate it to us playing video games or like watching an anime or like a cartoon where you're able to go out of this like realism of real life and like experience something dramatic,
Yeah.
exciting. Their preference just happens to be closer to real life, but obviously it's not real.
Okay, but do you go around flying like Goku though? or trying to fight like Goku. That's what I'm saying.
I-
Like some of these TV
So
shows,
you
like
think
kind of
people are
warp the
imitating
reality of.
what like these actors and actresses are doing?
Bro, you can't
No.
teleport like Rise.
Yeah.
I wish I could, bro.
You can't. I watch anime and I know that this is fucking fake, and I'm not gonna like fucking go Super Saiyan 3 out of nowhere. Some of these
Wait,
girls
so,
like
so I think the
they
implication
can't.
here. This is why
They
I'm
watch these
asking you,
reality
bro.
shows and they want that in real life.
They think
Yes,
it's real
that's
life.
what I was
yeah.
gonna follow up with. So
Yeah.
you think that like if your girl watches this, do you think they're gonna expect more based on the standards a reality show bases on?
Yes, dude. They're bombarded
Damn.
with like jack dudes and like giga simpy chads that don't
And
exist.
so then you
like,
must
what
agree
do you
that it
mean?
applies to like social media and every other construct. Then, if your girl
Well-
follows a jack guy in social media, do you not think that's
Yeah,
gonna?
but that's like okay, you're consuming that when you watch TV. Then you get on Instagram, you're consuming that as well. But like when you watch TV, you're watching like literally a drama happening in real life, like and like you're getting super hyper stimulated and
Yeah.
watching a story play out, and like it's reality. So you could have that.
It's a
Like,
lot
you
of
could
dopamine, bro.
essentially
A
have
lot
that
of
in real life.
dopamine.
When I watch Goku and fight or like Naruto do Rasengan, I'm not gonna like, go outside and fucking equate that to anything. I'm like, damn, I want to gym work out. That's basically what I get out of it.
What is Naruto doing
You know?
Rasengan, bro? That's
It's
tough.
it's kind of
You know,
also
you know what I do remember though, Jose? I remember back in the day on your phone screen, like your screensaver, you would have a fucking Goku screensaver, bro. You would pull up in a Goku tank top to the gym, bro.
Yeah, because I role play
All
at the
right,
gym,
so
like
in
working
the same
out.
regard, not that I'm shit talking you, but I'm saying like you're fully embracing this mentality of like this fake world.
Okay, but
in
this
a
fake
similar
world.
way that they are doing.
Okay, but this fake world applies only to me. Like when I watch like TV shows with jack dudes, they're not the jack dude. They're like the receiving girl on the end. So they want like what's in front of them.
Okay.
They're not the object to be better. The object is in front of them to grab.
Like, he knows he can't be Goku, right?
Yeah, I could look like him, maybe.
You know why? Because
But-
I don't think most girls see that and think they could be that. I think some girls have some pretty good reality. And,
Bro, how many girls
wait.
you meet that like?
Bro, hold
I
on. Here's
want a
the
Disney
thing,
fairy
bro.
tale.
Let me ask you. Hold on. Before I gotta push back on that. Like,
All right,
I
go
think
ahead.
that's straight cap, and here's why. Dog, in 20, everything changed with the advent of the internet and especially social media, right? Because nowadays, bro, a girl, an average looking girl, will have hundreds of dudes in their DMs, right?
Mhm.
And they'll get hit up by celebrities, fucking rappers, whatever, and then they'll think that those are the type of dudes they can be with, and so a normal dude like you or me, you know, they'll be like, "What the fuck? I'm not even gonna look at this."
That's
at this
such
boy.
an outlandish example, though. The girls who are getting hit up by those actors are 10 out of 10 girls, bro.
Nah,
They don't
Nah,
settle for
dude.
anything less.
Nah.
They
No,
don't,
that's
Nah.
intense, dude.
it's not only 10 out of 10
nines and
girls,
tens,
bro.
nines and tens.
Eights,
Nah.
nines, and tens.
You think
Eights, nines, and
eights?
tens.
Even,
Eights, yeah.
even
You think
s-
Dwayne the
even
Rock
7,
Johnson is
6,
hitting up an
7,
8 out of
bro.
10 on Twitter, bro?
Bro, how many?
Dude, he has
Okay,
access to. Hey,
look,
Jose,
I've had
Jose.
scenarios where like, okay, I'm a loser essentially in the standard.
No,
I'm
you're
high.
not a loser,
So
Nah, you're not a loser,
no,
bro.
You're not a
I'm
loser, bro.
no in the social standard, like job
Fuck-
wise, all
fuck
that for a
social
while,
standards, bro.
for a while, and I could score sevens or fives, and the fives are just like a hole. They come to I go to their place. I don't have my own place. Go to their place, fuck them in their own bed, and I walk out.
This-
And I go back home. They're fives or sixes. It's the same thing with celebrities. They'll invite an 8 to their home or whatever, give them the dick once or twice, and then send them back home.
But here's the problem. Here's the problem with that, right? Because that happens. But the reason why it's a problem is because then they have the delusion that, oh, that's the type of dude I can pull. You know what I mean? And so I'm never gonna look at you, Eric, fucking because I'm with Lil Baby or some shit. You know what I mean? As an example.
Yeah, he fucked little baby once. Oh,
You know what I mean?
Oh,
That's just facts, bro. That's just facts. And so the problem is they'll go through their life thinking this shit until they hit 30 years old, when suddenly they don't look that bad anymore. Suddenly, they're starting to decline a little bit, and
Yeah,
now they're trying to get with Eric. You know what I'm saying?
Bruh,
Well, at that
the
point,
most
it's
entitled,
over.
the most entitled women you can do with are like single moms. It's like that's the most
Single
entitled.
moms.
Like,
I haven't had the experience with one. Have you had to?
a few.
Yo, what are you
But
referring to specifically? I'm fucking
no,
ignorant here, bro.
I talked to a couple and I fucked a couple too, but the ones I talked to are like, you need to make this much money. You need you need to like be like this. You want an athlete. You want a nigga who makes. Oh, sorry. You want a man who makes
Nah, you can
100K
say
a
whatever. You can
year.
say whatever you want, bro.
You want all this shit, but you have a kid and your pussy's kind of beat up. So it's a, like because
Bro, that
I
comes.
fucked
That's from the
I fucked
delusion.
18-year-olds and it's
That's
like
exactly. That's from the delusion of like when they were younger. That's the shit that they were pulling. They were dealing with these dudes these high status dudes, and now they have a kid and they don't realize that, bro. Most guys don't want to be with single moms, like relationship wise. I'm not trying to raise another dude's kid.
dude, right? Yeah, I don't want to raise some other boys
Like
fuck up.
controversial opinion, and that might be, you might get some heat for that, but controversial opinion, bro. No dude is trying to raise another man's son, bro. You know what I'm
There are
saying?
dudes who
Like
will settle though.
y'all disagree with that? Because like
Nah,
personally, I'm not down to raise
nah,
another man's son, like facts, or another man's kid, daughter, whatever. It doesn't have to be a child, a boy.
yeah.
There's no
No,
way
I would
I'm
agree.
raising another man's
I don't know
kid,
for
bro.
sure what my answer would be. I've never been in this situation, bro.
Well,
And
just
the reason
remake.
I'm not trying to like skip out of this question, it's not like
Okay, all
that.
right,
It's that,
all
dude.
right,
I'm assuming if you make that connection with that kid for so long, maybe you like want to opt into it. Maybe it's like, damn, that you feel like that's actually your kid.
bro. But look at the risk and reward. You get with a single mom. You bond with the kid. Whatever, cool. Something stupid happens, and you break up. You have no right to that kid
It's true.
whatsoever. And you've made an emotional bond. You put effort and like energy into raising this little thing, and now you get nothing out of it. So it's like kind of like how when you lost all that money, but like doing an investment shit.
Yeah,
It's
it's
like
it's almost like by opting into the
it's
relationship, you're at risk of losing two people that you know instead of one.
yeah. It's
So
like
that's definitely
well,
a con in like the guy's perspective, right?
like and then even if you nut a girl, you get her pregnant, she has a kid, it's whatever, cool. You have a bond with that kid forever. Even though you might get fucked up with family court and all that,
Uh huh.
you still have a kid that's like literally tied to you by blood, and you have to see him whatever fucking amount of time a day, a week you have. You
Yeah, at
know,
that point, it's your kid. You know what I'm
it's your
saying?
kid. Like you literally raising your own
Agreed.
seed, I mean DNA and blood. Like
I mean, just based on the law, that's true, right? Like you have rights to that
you
kid,
have
where
rights,
that
yeah.
Yeah,
adopted kid, you wouldn't.
exactly. And you have no fucking rights in the other scenario. So date a
Yeah.
single mom. You come in. Usually, you're gonna have to, because there's no way. Typically, you're gonna come in and you're gonna have to, put up with the kid in terms of like paying stuff for the kid, financially supporting, right? So, and then the single mom's like, actually, I don't like you anymore. Suddenly, you put up all this bread. You know, you made a connection with the kid. Now you really like the kid, and now she's removing the kid from you, who's not even your kid to begin with, right? But now you've built a connection, and you're no longer with the single mom, and you're no longer with the kid, and you lost all that bread. It's just not a winning.
Just make
It's
a
just
Venn
bad.
diagram. Make a Venn diagram, and it's just like all these cons are on one side, and it's like, wow, okay. Like,
And then there's actually literally no pros at all, because you
yeah,
could just be with another girl that doesn't
yeah.
have a kid. So
She could be
so
really
what's the
hot
pro?
though.
You know what I mean?
Hey, hey, Leroy, there are some really hot single moms,
No, I'm saying
but it's like,
relationship, bro. I'm saying relationship. I'm not
oh,
saying like
yeah,
smash.
yeah.
I'm not saying
Yeah.
Oh,
smash.
okay,
I'm saying relationship, right? So for
Yes. Yes.
yeah, yeah.
relationship, bro, like, it's just there's actually no scenario. Unless like you're a single dad and then your kids have to be like the same age and shit like that, and they have to mix or whatever. That's
Oh,
like
they
the
make
only, and the single mom has to be like a really, really
established.
out of this world option type thing. Most of
If
the
she
time,
has money
bro,
though, like if she has money, you could.
She has money.
But dealing with girls with money has own like cons too. But if she has money, you
it's
could,
got mad problems. Dealing with girls with
yeah,
money is there's problems to that, bro.
yeah.
But what
I work with some of those women, and they're like so bitchy. Like everybody above me is a girl, like above me, and like will draw like supervisor wise, and they're like the most hard to deal with people I've ever.
why do you think that
I
is?
respect them. I don't know. It's just like they have to like spunk up more because I feel like because I'm a man, so they have to spunk up more. So they're like more strict on me, and like I have no like stretch. Like my job is like this. There's no trying to
Like
stretch around what they
they
say.
keep you on a tight leash? Is what you're saying?
Yeah, we keep it on a tight leash.
Do
And
you think that's
dealing
do you think real quick, Jose? Do you think that's because in a way that like they have to do that, otherwise they'll see you as a weak leader?
but like the thing with dudes and like workforce wise, I don't know if you guys noticed or is my perspective, it's like as a man I can leave my job and go home and like completely just game and do all my shit. But as the girls, they leave their job and they keep the personality they have at their job to their home.
I would agree. For a lot of my friends, I've felt that way.
Yo, Leroy, you're smiling, bro. Is that?
Yeah, Leroy. I
Yo.
don't know. I think Leroy does it pretty well, from what I've been told. I don't feel like he's talking to me as a,
No,
like he's a nurse.
I'm talking about his girl. Like I'm not in a long term relationship, but I work with a lot of women, and I hang out with them here and there, and it's just like that's what. And I work in a psych field, so I'm constantly psychoanalyzing everybody around me, and that's what I've noticed.
Yeah, this is my opinion, right? When it comes to like females in work culture that are above you, like in the ladder, for them to get there, they must have exhibited like male characteristics, whereby they're less agreeable, they're more confrontational, they're more argumentative. These are all masculine traits, right? So to see that in a girl is kind of like, it's a bit annoying, right? So that's just
definitely, dude.
That's just how probably why it is that they're more irritable and stuff like that. And you're like, what the fuck, like, you know what I mean? Like if your boss was a dude and he was talking to you like that, you'd be like, oh, he's a guy. It's normal, right? But that's the thing. We were talking about this on the last pod where, bro, with the onset, the advent of feminism and all this bullshit, bro, girls, the way that their behavior has changed because the culture and society is pushing that you could be a boss babe, you could chase your career, whatever. But even in the last pod, we saw that the most unhappy demographic of humans in the United States is career women that are single with no kid, with I think no child, single, and they're 40 years old. That's the most unhappy demographic in the United States.
There's like literally a meme right now. Like, I'll send this to you guys there, but here.
Eric, you're muted.
Yo, but that's an interesting point, bro. Like, I wanted to highlight one thing you mentioned. Oh, wait, let me see the picture real quick.
Yeah, we'll pull it up on the stream.
Don't pull it up. Don't pull it up. You can gauge it.
All right. Yeah, I'm not gonna show on the stream.
But it kind of ties in with like what you're saying.
What were you saying, Eric?
Yeah, I think you made a good point. Specifically, the whole like power dynamic. I think it's natural though, and I think that both sides would be doing it if the power swung that way, right? So I think over the past 10 to 20 years, women have been given a lot more leverage, more power, more like support, pretty much.
Yeah, I'm not complaining about it.
They've taken it with full stride, bro. And maybe they're going overboard. I don't know. But the idea is that, like, I think it's just the pendulum swinging. And I think eventually it's going to go to a different group or minority, for example. Just like how it happened with this, like Spanish, pretty much. Like I'm Spanish, and then if you put Hispanic on like documents, you're more likely to get like a scholarship, etc. I think it's like one of those things. You know what I mean?
100%. I just think it's like society's changing, and I don't think it's for the better, bro.
You don't think so? Straight up.
No, I don't think so. I think that we function best when we do what we're best at, right?
Yeah.
Like it's not just women, bro. It's also guys. Like, bro, like if you get a girl pregnant, bro, like you got to take care of your kid, because single mothers, like the data shows that this is objectively, single mothers raise the worst humans, bro. Like kids raised by single mothers, they grow up to be degenerates for the most part, bro.
I can attest to that, because I think half the children I work with are foster kids, and the other half are products of like, single moms, deadbeat dads, dads are in jail, whatever, all that.
Yeah, like bro, as men, dog, we have more, like we have the onset of the responsibility, the onus of leadership, where we have to be in the fucking lives. Well, none of us have kids, but as men in society, bro, we're the ones who we're the fucking leaders. So we're the ones who have to be there.
At least like during the first couple of years, I don't think men are like needed. You just need a nurturing aspect for the women. But like during like the adolescent, like 9 to like 15, where like the kid is like learning how to like function and is like mentally stable, like mentally growing, having a leadership, having the masculine energy to like guide them and all that really helps a lot with like the development and like confidence and like learning ability, and cultivating that, because a single mom doing like work with shit and also doing like that is doesn't work well. Like it never works.
Yeah, bro. Fathers
They're miserable.
prevent
They're
their
miserable.
100%.
tough.
Fathers prevent their sons from being fucking criminals and doing drugs and all this bullshit, and fathers also prevent their daughters from being 304s, bro. Like it's just that simple. Like as a dad, you don't want you guide your daughter and you show strong masculine strength and leadership to your daughter. She's gonna respect you and she's gonna know that to respect men. Not this bullshit culture of like men ain't shit, fucking we don't need a guy or whatever, bro. Like
Oh, here.
y'all would die without us.
Yeah, let me show you
100%. Y'all would
let me
go
sh-
extinct
let
tomorrow
me show you a
without us.
Hinge profile that I saw one time. That was kind of
No.
like disgusting.
Yeah,
Oh
let's
my,
see,
you gonna
bro.
pull up a Hinge profile, bro?
I mean, we
Bro,
might
it
have
was
to like
crazy.
edit
If
it
you want
before
to,
then.
if you want to. Here.
Oh, don't show any names or anything.
No, just
Good.
send it to me on Discord, and then
Send on
I'll
Discord.
edit the photo.
We'll edit it
Here.
and pull it up on the stream, so no personal
Here.
info is shown.
Look. This is some of like the hyperfeminism that's created.
Exactly, bro. But basic for the audience, it's basically a chick with a shirt that says "Men aren't people." You know what I mean? It's shit like that. Like
And she's on a dating site. We're looking for men to like date or fuck.
she's taking that picture on an iPhone created by Steve Jobs, who was a fucking man. All right,
Could it be a meme, by the way?
bro. There's no way it's a meme. Like the feminist
that's
movement.
disgusting, dude.
The
That's
feminist. Even if it was a meme, imagine I went around saying like women are stupid and
women are hoes.
are good for nothing. Women are just hoes. You know what I'm saying? You'd get canceled for that shit. But our culture's
Literally.
like, oh yeah, bro, you don't need a guy. Like you don't need a man. Like men ain't shit. Like
Empowerment. Men aren't shit. Oh my gosh, she's so
Yeah,
powerful. It's
go,
like,
girl,
it's
you're a boss
disgusting.
I just can't think. I'm sorry. We didn't point out names or anything, but I can't think a girl is that stupid if she's trying to get with guys and posting that on her. You know what I mean? Like, there's how many guys are gonna be that like fucking passive, that
Yeah,
not
but though,
respecting
with
of
women,
their
dude, women do some stupid shit sometimes.
yo.
not
But like,
just
if
that,
you
but
see-
bro,
if,
not
if
just
she's
that.
10 out of 10, Jose, in your
Bro, okay.
opinion, like 10 out of 10 fine, and she's wearing that sweater, you still having sex with her?
Imagine you're born with tits and a pussy.
I
And then
can't.
you okay, imagine you have people who lust you, who are constantly saying you're beautiful, you're hot, all that shit your whole life.
Yeah.
You have this like pseudo confidence that you can say and do anything. And like some of these girls have said shit that are sexually harassing to me. But it was flipped around, I'd be sexually harassed and then I'd be canceled or like reported to the police.
Yeah, there's a double standard.
So yeah. So
Agreed.
these girls, some of these girls are growing up thinking that they can say and do anything they want and they have no consequences whatsoever.
Right. And the
And,
reason
like,
why it's a problem because then they grow up and they're in these jobs or whatever, and they're unhappy, they're depressed, they're on fucking Ambien and Xanax and shit like that. They're on antidepressants, bro. Like the culture, the results, what we're seeing downstream, because everything starts from the culture. So if the foundation is shit, all the results are gonna end up being built on a foundation of shit. And we're seeing the results where a lot of people are on antidepressants, a lot of people are taking fucking Ambiens. They can't fucking go to bed without popping a Xanax.
And he's a nurse, right? So like,
100%. This is facts.
You see
This is
this?
facts. 100%.
See,
It happens all the time.
bro, I had a roommate. She would take Oxy. She would buy Oxy off a dealer that we knew in my neighborhood, and she'd go to work on OxyContin.
That's
Holy
crazy.
shit, bro.
That's fucking crazy.
That's
you guys ever get a fear of like not wanting to take certain drugs, even if it's like over the counter? He's like, I don't want to stay reliant on this shit. Like, I don't want it to need it. You know what I mean?
No, over the counter stuff. It's like that's not.
Yo,
You're not
have you
gonna
ever
build a
met someone
tolerance.
who starts taking like 6 Tylenols?
Yeah, my mom. My mom died.
Bro.
Dude, I've met people like that. I've had family members who do that. Like straight
my
up,
mom
like
popped.
they go from 1 to 2 a serving, and then they're on it for the rest of their lives to the point where they need like fucking 8 pills to feel it, bro.
Whoa, that's a lot. You might actually get liver failure. Like,
Yeah,
not
Tylenol.
8, like literally 8, but like 5, 6, 7. You know
Well,
what I
Tylenol. Tylenol will destroy your liver if you overdose on
you're
it.
basically
mean?
abusing
They
fucking
give
oral
1,000
steroids,
milligram
dude.
servings of Tylenol though.
Yeah, no. I mean, there's upper limits, right? So you can take
Yeah.
a certain amount a day, recommended, and anything over that, you're running the risk of hepatic
Yeah,
toxicity.
but obviously my point is that they've become so reliant on this drug that they take such a huge dose to feel.
I've never heard of Tylenol dependency or addiction.
Melatonin,
Honestly,
like,
I've never
I know
heard
melatonin
that.
I've
do that.
personally experienced it. I think Jose has too. So
That's
it's
crazy.
definitely there.
Wait, what?
That's
No, I
crazy.
don't.
You said
I know
your mom
melatonin
was
can
taking
fucking-
like 6, right?
Yeah, my mom. I watched it live. My mom died from cancer, so it wasn't first from that, but she basically popped that like for years, And when she died, she didn't die from the cancer. She died from liver failure, from like all the
Wow.
drugs plus like the morphine.
Damn.
So um, yeah, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't recommend doing that every day. I think
But
like
like
three
you
a
see
day
all
for a
these.
whole year is like it's like you'll get like fucking liver failure, right? 3 a day for like every day for 365 days is like that's intense.
Yeah.
Yeah, my
What,
reference
what's
wasn't necessarily like the. It's just the fact that we're hearing all these stories, like that experience you expressed, Leroy, where you're meeting these people who are so reliant on drugs. Like it's fearful to me, bro. The idea of like, damn, if I go to the hospital one day, take some morphine, bro, I'm like, who knows, man? Like, I might become reliant on it.
Yeah, not relying, you'd be addicted to it. You can't
Addicted.
get morphine off the street that easily, but
I
you'll
mean,
definitely be
I
like
wouldn't know,
fiending.
bro.
No, you'll probably like the way it works. With addicts is like they get on morphine and then they'll probably get like a side drug that mimics the side thing.
Oh, to like wean you off of it, pretty much.
So like you do morphine, but then okay, fuck it, I'm gonna get some oxy or like the other painkillers that are similar effects, and then
Oh,
like
I
and then it's like this
yeah.
kind of spiraling effect, and then they'll crack, and then it's like
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I
That's
think
what
you're right. I think you're right because you won't be able to access it, but you
It's
want something
it's
similar.
it's why all the drugs like the druggies that I've met like I'm the degenerate, so a lot of my friends are like fucking druggies and all that stuff. So I've met a lot, and that's kind of like the scope of how drug use kind of starts and ends. Because morphine's hard to get your hands on.
Yeah. Well, the point is, bro, that the culture is moving in a direction that's not helpful for people, bro. Especially our generation. It's not good. Not good
Let's
at all.
reel this back a bit because the original point was like we were going over the meme,
Yes.
the strong men.
Well,
So
it's
what?
part of it, It's we're
Yeah.
we're, we're, we're
So
in a big generation,
I agree with Jose that we're in the weak men create hard times for sure.
and
Yeah, we've had a lot of similar answers so far for the people we've asked. It's either weak men create hard times, or it's the
Hard.
polar opposite. Good times create weak men.
Yeah. So we're in the weak men period
Yeah,
essentially.
we don't know at what like phase one or like phase five Avengers. Like we don't know the exact location, but I believe that's where we are as well.
I
Weak
feel
men.
like the generation my I think the what's the ones that are before us,
The
Generation
the ones that are
X.
in the 30s and 40s, yeah, Gen X,
Hmm.
and ours are like in that, and the one after my little brother are like in the weak generation. Like we're all in that aspect right now.
Yeah, I would agree with
Okay.
that,
So
bro.
I
I
don't
would
know
agree with
about
that.
week phase one, phase two, phase three, because I feel like this kind of been going on for like 30, 40 years, especially in America. Because like I came here as an immigrant, so like in Cuba we didn't have light, like we had rations. Um, I wore like one or two pants. Like the reason I'm the way I am right now, like fucking my fucking room is barren, is because like, I'm a village person. So that's how I grew up. When I was like 6 years old, and that lifestyle is like unmanageable. Like people up here, like they need constant on their phones. They need to be buy something on Amazon every 2 days. Um, they can't work for anything. They can't stick to
Hundred
anything.
percent.
Like I've trained multiple people, and it's like the only people who actually like got through the whole thing is probably my little brother, but he's a kid. So kids are easier to mold. And you see the light and day. Like I see kids who don't have any guidance, who just on social media all day, and like their parents aren't really there, and they're utterly trash, literally trash children. And then I see like my little brother who's like excelled and has discipline and other things because like you instill those things on these kids, and you limit certain things too. You know, you
Hundred
guide them.
percent, bro. I
Did you
agree.
ever limit his video game time?
I told them, hey, bro, if you fucking do this all the time, you end up like me.
But you never had to be like, yo, you got to get off of games. You haven't been doing your homework type shit.
No shit, not that. Not really. I always gave him a choice. It's like,
Okay.
hey, you can do what you want, but everything you do has consequences. So
I
you
think that's
do
a
all
great
this,
lesson to
wake
teach,
up.
bro.
It's a good lesson.
Yeah, the thing when working with kids is like I really realized like the best kids, the way you raise or you talk to kids, you don't undermine them. You don't be like, yo, you're fucking shit. You should gotta fucking listen to me. I'm an adult. You don't do that. You'll be like, hey, buddy, like I don't really care what you do, but like these are the consequences of the actions you're doing, and it's your choice. that's gonna make or break you. So you have these two choices. You pick the one's better for you. Go do it. And when you
In
do
your
it, and you fuck
opinion,
up.
let me ask you a follow up question though, Jose, because this is really interesting to me. If you know your kid's a fuck up, right? So like, you pretty much believe he's going to make the wrong choice. What's the secondary action? Do you just let it happen?
Well, no, because like the kid's not born and then like oh it's a fucking fuck up. You know, the kid's born and then he does certain things that kind of lead up to it, and you just immediately like hey you're fuck up whatever blah, blah. You don't engage the
So
child
you
like
don't
that.
believe in like the whole like teenage hormones, like making them
No,
act up and shit?
well I do when I was in college I took biology of aging and it was divided into like uh, aging of men and aging of women and what
Mm-hmm.
happens like through the body as the age, like chemicals and such. And during the textbook, there's something called testosterone amnesia, where like when kids go through puberty and you're male, the testosterone like will make you do really dumb shit that will actually stack up over time and eventually cause like you have a lower lifespan than a woman. So
Wow.
if you're a male, you have testosterone in your bloodstream. Testosterone is that go-getter, like that go ham, go fight, do all that bullshit chemical. If you put that in a kid who has like no, kids aren't born with brains, they're developed. You pump them with those hormones, they could do more stupid shit.
For
So
sure.
you have to
I agree.
understand that. That's why you got to talk to them like, hey, I know you're feeling like this, but there's consequences of your actions. You remind them, and then that's better than like, hey, you're fucking up, dude. You should do this.
Yeah,
I think it's a good parenting style, bro.
one thing I would mention about that I thought about, like, bro, especially as men, because you're talking about testosterone, is, bro, men have the burden of performance of making something out of your life. Where if you don't do some shit with your life, society is gonna punish you for it. Like they're gonna let you know whether you're not gonna get any girls,
Oh
or you're
yeah,
not
you're a
gonna
man
get
with
money.
McDonald's. Oh, disgusting.
Exactly, you're not gonna get any girls, you're not gonna get money, whatever. As opposed to women, which is what we were talking about earlier, that they don't really have that burden of performance from the beginning, whereby like a girl could be easily working at McDonald's making $9 an hour. If she's bad enough, she'll get picked up by a dude that makes millions. You know what I'm saying?
Basically,
So
that happens to Miami all the time.
where like
It's true.
a king will pick up a peasant and make her a queen. A queen will never look at a fucking peasant guy. So
Yep.
because they're always trying to be with somebody better that they see as a leader, as some like a mountain that they can look up to,
Yeah,
and
like the attractive traits for a man versus like a woman are different. It's like
exactly 100%.
women, like I don't find. I actually don't care how much money. Like as long as you can pay for your own fucking food. Like I'm kind of
Everything
happy.
else you'll pay for.
Yeah, if I can, yeah. Like that ass. If I made six figures and like I went to McDonald's and I saw a girl with a fat ass, big titties, and like decent face. Okay. She's
Exactly. It doesn't
18,
matter how much
18
bread
or
she makes.
22.
Point
Yeah,
is,
I'm
we don't
just
care. We don't care how much bread they make because we're not looking for that. We're looking for, are you submissive? Are you not annoying? Are you fucking calm, chill? You're not gonna embarrass me in public, whatever.
like,
These
can I
are the
watch
things
anime
that,
with you? Or like
bro.
go to the
Like,
gym with you?
you know what I noticed, bro? Like a lot of guys won't say this shit because they'll feel like they'll get like girls will be like, oh, you're
Misogynist.
Well, no, because
misogynist or whatever.
Misogyny or mahogany.
it's straight up. Hold on, let's be real here, bro. Because a lot of these guys are going to hear these comments and they're going to feel it's targeted at them because it's what they experience with their girlfriends. You feel me?
It
Like
is.
it's just like, bro,
So we're
it's
gonna call out shit, right? Like, let's say, for example, like you don't put your foot down on the shows you watch or whatever it is, right? You're gonna tell them all these things, and they're gonna realize, holy fuck, I'm allowing that to happen in my relationship, and then they're
100%.
gonna get defensive because that's human nature, right? They're gonna tighten up, and then they're gonna fucking spin it off because people suck at absorbing like constructive criticism, pretty much.
And
And
even
so,
from the girl perspective,
even
of
from the
what you're
girl
saying,
perspective,
because they'll hear this, the guy will hear this and be like, "Fuck, this guy's actually speaking facts. It applies to my relationship." And damn, maybe I have been being a bit of a simp, right? But from the girl perspective, it's like, What
Well, to
the
be fair, we
fuck?
were all simps at some point, dude. Or aren't we all simps at
Dude,
some point?
no, what I've been, bro. I used to be the biggest
You
fucking
be
simp
king
of all
simp,
time,
dude. You're simping over that
He
chubby
was
girl back in
bro.
Simp
I used
10,
to
bro.
be, dog. I used,
My heart's
dog,
broken. Oh my god,
dog. I used to be,
so.
bro. That's a whole episode. I used to be the biggest fucking simp of all time. I'll say it right now. You know what I'm saying?
No,
Like, I'm not
eh,
like nobody's born, especially because our culture doesn't teach this shit. I had to go out and learn it on my own, right? And experience it.
We're raised on like Disney shows.
100%. And all the dudes in Disney are fucking simps. And if you're like that, actually in your relationships and with your girl, bro, she's gonna fucking go with
Leave you,
the
dude.
Chad, bro. Chad is not like that, right? Like like when I say Chad, I don't fucking mean like the sleeper, the fucking incel, like Reddit Chad. No, I mean like dudes who have their shit together, right? That's the bad boy or whatever, the dark triad, all those fucking things. There's a reason they're attracted to that. And nice guys finish last. That cliche, that's actually facts, bro. Like it's cliche for a fucking reason. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So, bro, I used to be the biggest fucking simp. What? Like 100%. And
yeah, bro.
but
I would do
since
when I was in high school, bro. I got a girl flowers, and like I gave it to her and asked her on a date, and she said no. Completely said no. I don't see you like that.
That
Like,
was fucking Jose's
I'm like
origin story, bro.
you've been texting me for like 3 weeks, and like I've been like talking to you all the fucking time, and I finally have the balls to like give you that, and you're like you literally immediately friend zone me on the spot. And it's just
100%, bro.
like
You,
simping
because
doesn't get you anywhere,
you
dude.
were giving her the free attention, and she wasn't giving you shit in return. You feel me?
How,
Yeah.
how
So
would you have liked it to go down, Jose? Assuming she wasn't interested in you that way.
Just give me a date, dude.
Oh, like give the
I
date.
gave you flowers. I buy you flowers. I'm 16 years old. I buy you flowers. I went up to you at school, who like literally nobody fucking like did that, and then I don't even get like a date or anything. Like, so I skipped my first. I just left the school. Like I just walked out of school and went home
Yeah,
after that.
of
So
course.
yeah,
That
like
sounds terrible, bro.
and then dude, I fucked like girls in my bed sheets that I don't clean for like 3 months. Like they walk in, there's a fucking mess in my room. They get in my bed, they open their legs up, and it's just nut, and they leave.
bro, you know what it is that you know what it's
Disgusting bed sheets. Like, look at this shit, dude. Look at this shit. I'll show you. Look at this. Look at this.
Holy shit, bro. Yo, we got the fucking washer in there, bro.
Yo, Gaines, let's go.
Gaines.
Oh, what up, boy?
Yo. But you know what it is, bro? That like society, bro. If girls are they don't know what they're attracted to, bro. They have like a deep seated fucking hind brain in their back in their monkey brain, like from fucking ages ago.
Yeah, there's
What
like
they're attracted to.
there's like what I've seen. It's like experience work because I like to fuck age where my demographic is like 18 and 25. It's like what I like to. That's why I guess I don't get success a lot with 27 plus because they want established dudes already.
Hold up, bro. Hold up.
I'm
All right,
like,
before
bro,
you
I'm not taking
continue,
on a date. I'm not taking on a date. I'm not paying for your shit. I'm not doing all that. So
hold on.
I'm
Before you
not doing
continue,
it. Go.
let me just say this. You said 18 to 25. That's
Yeah.
not just your demographic. There was like a study done where it's like they polled a bunch of guys and they said that the most attractive girls are between the ages of like 19 and 23 or some shit.
Yeah, they're
So
easy.
that's
They're
just
easier. They're
and then the
easier. They're
girls,
attractive. They're young.
yeah, and then the girl they're obviously more attractive and you know they're not as much of a fucking headache as the older girls. And you know why the older girls are more of a headache now? Because they went through that phase
Fucking
where they
baggage.
were the hot girl, and they were getting with the fucking alpha dudes. And now they're like, fuck, I'm not as bad as I
Yeah,
used to be.
exactly.
But I've been with that dude, so I want that dude now. No, you don't understand. Like you wasted your fucking resources.
Yeah, Jose
Men age-
doesn't want to deal with Jose baggage, other Jose's baggage. You know?
Exactly.
Jose wants to make the baggage.
Exactly. Exactly, bro. So
That's a good point, bro.
Go ahead, bro. Keep saying what you were saying.
Okay, so the 1825, they're like they require less. They're more based on looks. Like they just care about looks more. And like the weird thing is nowadays, like some of these girls have like a guy they fuck, and then they have like a sugar. Like, okay, for example, I was at a con. I went to a con. We went to an after party. So we went to a bar. We're playing Tekken, and then one of my boys is talking to a girl across from me, and that girl gets a fat white dude to buy him and her drinks, and the fat white dude is with them the whole night, and then she escapes and goes with my boy, and they leave.
How
Wow.
crazy is that, bro?
That's disgusting, bro. Disgusting.
How crazy is that, bro? Like, and that's just an example, bro. Like,
This is South
dudes will-
Beach. This is
That
Miami,
dude-
South Beach.
That dude who was paying for the couple or whatever, the hookup,
They're not even
he,
a couple.
he
They're
needed
just,
a father figure in his life, bro. I'm sorry to say it. He
Bro,
needed a
like,
father figure.
you know what I'm saying? He just need
logic, dude.
like
He's
the
40
thing
plus
is,
old. Like this guy's old.
bro. But here's the thing: this shit is not taught in schools. It's not only is it not taught in schools, it's not taught by society. The culture rejects this shit. Like, we're in the boss babe feminism culture, where the gynocentric fucking order, where women basically rule, bro, in terms of like shit like this. You know what I mean? So
You know what the issue is in part, bro, that I want to bring up to light. I want to hear Jose's opinion on this. Is that the culture pretty much promotes that at this point. If you say
Yeah.
a controversial statement about a girl on social media, you are gonna get torn the fuck up. Even to this day, if a girl's beating you up, I'm like, if a girl attacks me on the street, I'm worried about like throwing hands. Like, I do not want to
No, I'll
punch
take
her.
a shot at her, dude.
I mean, yeah, I mean,
Bro, equal race, equal hands,
ideally, I
dude.
would be okay, like legally for that, right? But I don't know if that's the case, and I feel like a lot of guys feel the same way.
No, I can understand. Like, you hit a girl, you're kind of scared, like, the whole right to, like, you know, oh my god, and get canceled, whatever. But like, there's cameras everywhere now, and if I see a girl like come at me, and she gets like the first hit on me, like, don't you have any sense of like danger? That's what like the whole what I tell you about you're born with ass and titties, the whole thing. Because if a man,
That's
we
their
as
privilege.
men can recognize like we're in danger, but
yeah,
women
the
can't.
threat of violence, like whenever you interact with another man, there's always a threat of violence, right? Like
Yeah.
we get there's always a threat of like,
If I
oh,
disrespect
we might
you,
just
like,
throw hands, you know what I'm saying? But
exactly.
girls,
If it goes too far, we will
Yeah.
fight. Where if girls
but
go too
girls,
far,
bro, they
they're
could do
just
whatever
gonna
the
be
fuck they
hard as
want.
fuck with each other
Yeah,
verbally.
they've
They'll
been
gaslight
raised.
each other.
Or
They're not
with
gonna
dudes,
fight.
bro. With dudes, they have this entitlement that like, oh, I can do whatever the fuck I want. This dude's is a guy, you know what I'm saying? And I'm a
Yeah,
girl,
and
so
that mentality actually double dips with a lot of how they deal with like consequences of like online actions, you know, all the titty ass pics, like they double dips to every aspect of some of these girls' lives. And that is what it is, you know, empowerment, whatever. But if a girl hits you, bro, like in this video, there's videos everywhere, yo, I'm gonna fucking hit back. Like,
Yo, but you're not thinking about it though. Like you're not making a calculated decision. Are you concerned at all?
I'm concerned for my danger if a person puts their hands on me.
Concerned about
Hey,
fucking
it
up the rest
depends,
of your
bro.
life.
It depends, dog. Like
Well,
in today's society, bro, it really fucking depends.
These
That's what I'm
fists,
saying.
these
I think
fists.
most. Yeah, what's up?
Look. If another person gets their hands and puts their hands on another person, we're equal in this action. Okay, we're equal in this. Doesn't matter what if you haven't put the gains and the and the effort into getting muscle or like training or whatever, and you chose the conscious choosing of putting your hands on somebody else who might have more muscle or has trained, that's the consequences of your actions. Like
I
we're
suppose so,
not gonna
but like
coddle a person
you
here
brought
because
up a
oh
great
look
point,
he's
bro. You brought up a great point. Think of the Mike Tyson situation that happened on an airplane, bro. This dude was lethally designed to fucking kill people with his fists, bro. And he started whacking on some dudes that were harassing him. Do you think he's gonna get away
fine.
scot free for using those lethal hands? I think that's gonna
I
be a
think he
factor.
I think he should, bro. I think he
Yeah,
should. Like,
yeah.
yo,
Dude,
this
he's
guy's
gonna have
sitting,
to settle out of fucking pocket, bro, for
bro.
sure.
This guy's sitting in of course, but that's because he's Mike fucking Tyson, right? And that's because he's famous and they're gonna sue him or whatever. But bro, this
Yeah,
guy's
well-
sitting on a plane. Somebody's fucking with him. Yo, like, what are you doing? Especially it's another dude. We're throwing fucking hands, bro. Like, who do you think you are? You know what I'm saying? And what, you think I'm not gonna retaliate because I'm a famous guy? Like, you know I'm Mike Tyson, right? Like, you know what I could do. You know what I'm saying? So that guy's a fucking idiot. He's a clout chaser trying to mess up
Yep.
with Mike Tyson, and he ended
Agreed.
up getting the clout from fucking with him. He ended up getting punched in the face, whatever. Now he may be able to pursue legal action. So clown world shit, right? That's fucking clown world shit.
Agreed.
But when it comes to girls, bro, a girl fucking like
A
let's say
random
you're in-
person, not even a name, just like
Dog,
random person.
let's say you're in the club, right? Look at these two scenarios. That just shows the dichotomy, the fucking double standard. Let's say you're in a club and a girl, you see a girl fucking smacking a dude or whatever, or fucking trying like throwing a drink
Five
on a
fucking
dude or
white
whatever.
knights come up to try to protect her.
by a
No.
lady.
No. A girl doing this to a guy,
Oh, a
right?
girl doing to a guy.
And everybody's like, nobody's gonna fuck it. They're gonna be like, oh, what the fuck? This bitch is crazy. But they're not gonna do anything, right? On the other side, if a dude did that, it would be 10 guys swarming immediately to fucking, what's going on here? You know what I
My
mean?
lady.
So, like,
Yo,
exactly.
did you guys ever
Defend
see
my
the
lady's honor.
meme? Did you guys ever see the meme of like there was this like Indian play or whatever, or this Indian reality show where they're like all on a stage, and the girl like smacks him in the face, and then he fucking smacks her back harder, and then like the whole like crew and like they start wailing on him, bro.
Well, that's like India has different cultures completely.
I think the
Like,
cultures are pretty. I
hi,
mean,
can I see a G,
it's more
please?
severe. It's more severe in India, but I think that culture applies in the U.S. as well.
No, that's clown
No,
world shit, bro. Yo,
no.
if you put your hands on somebody, you better be fucking careful.
Yo, if
Because
India
they're
has tried like traditional
are you guys
type of
not
lifestyle.
worried if a girl smacks you in the face in a public area and you smack her back? You're not worried about any legal repercussion or
No,
any danger at all.
not in Florida. Nope.
no, dude.
I think a lot of guys are worried about it though, bro. I do.
I honestly,
My worry would not.
I understand. Yeah, I agree.
Go ahead. Go
I
ahead.
agree. A lot of dudes, a lot of dudes are worried about that.
And I think
I'm
that
just saying
mentality,
that
right, of being
I
worried,
don't like.
we
Personally,
already know
I'm
we're
not.
on the back foot, bro. Like it's like we're already like fucking down a level in terms of like what protection we have as men versus women, right? So I feel like there's one or two ways you could go, right? You could go option A, which is like man the fuck up, or you could be option B of like not step on, not try to get fucked up, be more reserved. And I think that's where the fuck up's coming from, bro. I think that's part of it at least. I think
I
it's
think
that.
bro,
Yeah,
the
go ahead.
worry wouldn't be from a legal perspective. It would be more from like a societal, like, oh, what the fuck, bro? You fought back. You're a guy, though. You know what I mean? Like that. I don't think
What do you
legally,
mean?
because legally she assaulted you. Like you could press charges,
Yeah, it's battery
etc.
actually.
That's assault and battery.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's actually like a fucking crime. But from a societal perspective, if say a girl walks up to you, smacks you across the face, you know what I'm saying? And you turn around, and you smack her back, like you're gonna get shit on by people for doing that. You know, you should have just taken it, bro. Oh, but you're stronger. You should have just taken it. No,
No.
dog. No. Who the fuck do you think you are? Yeah, and that's what I tell like I have like, some of my female friends like, yo, don't put your fucking hands on a dude, bro, because it depends. Like some dudes are out here waiting for you to fucking waiting their whole lives for you to
Yeah.
fucking put your hands on
I've
them, and
been
they're just gonna
waiting.
go off.
I've
They're
been
like,
waiting
yo,
for
I've been
somebody to
waiting
put
my
my
whole
hands on
life for
me.
this fucking moment, and you just triggered my trap card type shit. So
My fucking up
Mirror
dark
Force.
magic card, bro.
you know what I mean?
Yo, Mirror Force. The whole field gets my
Mirror
bro.
Force. Yeah, bro. Well, bro, I mean, we've been on this topic for a minute. I want to segue a little bit to another thing that we're talking about tonight, which is fucking billionaires and their roles in society, bro. Jose, you got some strong opinions about billionaires like
Meme,
Musk.
but like I just don't. I don't see the celebration of it. You know, like nothing really changes in my life as a normal citizen by Elon Musk buying Twitter or
Well,
Elon
not just
Musk.
by buying, not just Elon Musk
Like,
buying Twitter, right? But let's talk about just like the billionaire class in general, right? Like these dudes who have
yeah.
obscene wealth, like
Mhm.
Bezos, Musk, fucking Bill Gates, stuff like that.
Mhm.
I think.
Well, Bill Gates. Okay, Bill Gates actually did some good shit. So I agree with that. But like, he's not even popular. Like, he doesn't. Nobody cares about him.
But here's my perspective
That
on it.
aspect.
Eric, you give your perspective, and then Jose, let us know what you think, bro. I think that the more bread these dudes have, that means that they're providing an insane amount of value to society, and that's why they're able to collect that more bread. So if they get incredibly rich, that means that somehow my life or society's life in general has improved significantly because of it. For example, Jeff Bezos created fucking Amazon. I use Amazon on a fucking weekly basis. Amazon is an incredible product. You could order literally at the click of a button anything you want, fucking literally anything, and it will arrive at your crib within 1 to 2 days. That to me is insane, right? That is an insane product, right? And not to mention, fuck Amazon Prime Video, which is streaming shows and stuff. Not to mention Kindle and the books and all these things that all the value that Amazon provides. Not to mention Amazon Web Services. That's just an example of like an insane, immense amount of value that's brought to you as a consumer that then causes them to have that hella bread. So to me, it's like Yeah, they have hella bread, but that means that
Okay, but
I'm doing better.
yeah, but how long has Amazon or Amazon is a service? They've had a service for like about 10 years now. So like I remember like 7 years, 8 years ago, I could order something on Amazon and get it. But
Yeah, for sure.
they haven't really changed from that. Like he hasn't evolved past that. He just kind of just I deliver shit for the last 10 years. Cool. Um, and even then, when like we mentioned millionaires, like people don't even say Bezos that often. They say like Elon.
Well,
Like Elon.
Elon's another example. I think Elon is actually an even better example because Elon, because like Elon, in some ways, is like the best example you could possibly give for like, oh, this guy's rich because he's actually like trying to save humanity type shit. Like the guy's building spaceships to go to make humanity interplanetary species. Okay, so that's one with SpaceX. He's single-handedly transforming the American electric infrastructure, where cars are literally most people now are maybe not most people, but
I don't know people.
in society, we're moving much quicker
Like
towards renewable
everybody's driving
energy.
used cars.
But I'm
Everybody
saying we're
drives used
moving.
cars. Yeah.
The advent of electric vehicle is extremely prevalent now compared to say 20 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, right? With Tesla, because Tesla came on the market and now everyone, now Ford, Honda, Hyundai, all these companies, Toyota, they're all pushing now electric vehicles and they have like things in the lineup. Not to mention new companies coming in like Neo, Rivian, Lucid, these EV brands that are going to be coming into the market, you know? And so, why is that good? Because obviously CO2, carbon emissions, environmental damages. So this guy Elon is getting filthy rich because the guy is literally trying to save the planet, bro. Like in that way, and he's also trying to make humans interplanetary. So that's to me that's like only good from that, right? So what do you guys think?
Yeah, that was an interesting take, bro. I mean, I definitely agree with a lot of that. Where I do think he's doing some good things. Um, I think there's an interesting point where it comes to like, can you respect the company and not only correlate it to the CEO? Like if you think about it, like I feel like Elon, more so than most owners or CEOs, gets a lot of the respect for the whole work of the company, whether it's the engineers, the people down at the factories, whatever it is, right? And it's created like this stardom that's only existed realistically due to the internet, bro. If Elon Musk did not have access to social media and like the things he's doing with social media, he would not be relevant, bro. He would be like the Bill Gates of back then, where he's like going to parties and shit. But I think that creates a much more bigger impact when it comes to like celebrity status and like how much you get to interact with the people and all of that. In general, I just think that it's going to be the same way with like actors and actresses. The people, like you said, like you spend a lot of time like using his products, right? Elon or Jeff Bezos. Um,
100%.
the same exact way would apply to like actors and actresses. If you love an actor, you watch their movies, you might want to follow them on social media. It's the same concept.
Okay, but what are you saying that if there wasn't any social media, Elon wouldn't big as he is?
I think there's just no way. I don't
Well,
I
of
don't
course.
think I don't know about successful, but like known about to the point like Jose
Oh
was mentioning,
no,
right?
I think but I think that goes for anybody. I think that goes for literally any human because
I
social
think he
media.
capitalized more so than a lot of CEOs is what I'm trying to say on that product. Because
Yeah, you
he's a
could say
household name, bro. How many CEOs do you know on a household name
well, it's
basis?
not just him though, because it's also news networks, people talking about Elon. It's not
Yeah,
literally like
they so a lot of
him
miss Twitter.
promoting.
Twitter, he's lame or
Yeah,
something
it's
on
not. I don't
every
think.
day.
I think it's more like
It's like
the
Trump.
guy. The guy's doing so much good that people are talking about him, as opposed to like he himself promoting himself, going on Twitter, being like, "Hey guys, look what I'm doing." It's more like,
I don't know,
okay,
bro. How many CEOs can you remember going on Hot Ones and like doing it? Oh, not Hot Ones, the Joe Rogan podcast and pretty much smoking a blunt
okay, but Joe
on
Rogan has a bunch
camera.
of people on.
How
The
many?
guy hits,
I
but
don't know.
that's crazy though. Like just think
That
about it.
like he's playing it up, bro. Like he's skilled in what he's doing.
Oh, I'm sure he's aware of it, but
Mm-hmm.
that doesn't take away from the fact that the guy is an
No,
absolute legend.
he's goaded, bro.
He's the Tony Stark. He's like a real life Iron Man, bro. He's like Tony
Can we
Stark,
dig a
but
little bit
IRL.
deeper, bro? Because we mentioned earlier we were talking about the male perspective and like how you want to raise your kids and like the aggression and the strength you want to provide.
Go
Do
ahead.
you think that to do what Elon Musk is doing, you like fully have to embrace that? Like you have to dig deep to like constantly be thinking about the greater good. Like, dude, he's probably giving up a lot of time with family, bro. He's probably
Oh,
like
for sure.
that's some fucking, let's just talk about the personality and the skill required as a man to do what he's doing. He barely sleeps, bro. He's running multiple companies. That out of pure just hustle, bro. I respect that.
Bro, he had a tweet where he was like, I've been working 80-hour weeks, 365 days a week. Sorry, 365 days a year, 80-hour weeks for the past 7 years or the past 8 years, some shit like that. And people still say I'm getting lucky. You know what I mean? So the guy puts in a ton of hours at work, and that definitely, I'm sure, affects his relationships. But I guess what maybe not enough people appreciate is that to get to that level, bro, like that's kind of the effort that you have to put. Like the dudes at that level, if you talk about the greats in literally anything, not just Elon and Bezos, let's talk about Kobe Bryant. You know what I mean? We talk about Michael
Mamba
Jordan.
mentality.
You know, like having like the grind mindset of I'm putting in
Grind
hours.
set.
The grind
Grind.
set of like I'm putting in hours, 80-hour weeks, whatever. That's what all these goats do, bro. And of course, that they're because they're extremely obsessed, and that comes with the sacrifices of you're not really living a balanced life that way. But they accept that that's the sacrifice they're making to be the best at what they do, right?
Oh, it's kind of like what Jordan Peterson said. It's like some of these men sacrifice everything for the experts, and it's
Exactly.
attractive to men. But it's actually like when a female does it, it's the opposite. Like once they get to that point, it's like oh, they actually don't find that as attractive. It
Not only is
doesn't
it the
benefit.
opposite, yeah, not only is it the opposite, it's bad for them because then they're unhappy or whatever.
Yeah, they don't have
And
like,
we've
the
seen
nurturing
that.
aspect of life. Yeah.
Yeah. And we've seen that play out in the studies and all that stuff. So it's not just bullshit, you know?
Yeah.
But bro, like specifically when it comes to Elon buying Twitter, it's just another example of like this guy's trying to save
Yeah.
humanity, bro.
All right.
I don't know about that one for Twitter, bro. I
Like
don't know
you
about
guys
that.
talk a lot about like what Elon does, but like what has he done? Like okay, I have a lot of friends, so this is not anecdotal, but like obviously our reality is what makes our opinion. Um, like who here has a Tesla?
A Tesla?
Yeah,
No,
you
I don't
drive a
drive a
Tesla?
Tesla. I
All
have a
right, does
hybrid.
Eric,
I have a hybrid vehicle, but it's not a Tesla. I was thinking
Eric,
about
you
getting a
drive a
Tesla,
Tesla?
but no, we
Like
don't drive
60K,
Teslas.
70K. Like I think he made a model that people can afford or something.
Yeah, there's
So
a
like
more affordable model. It's like
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I
40,
believe it starts at like
45K, something like that.
42K or something like
Yeah,
that.
42,
yeah.
45K.
I could buy a sports car with that. I could buy a Corvette with that. So like when I buy a fucking, when I buy a Tesla, when I buy a Corvette with that money, it's like, you know.
Well, it's not.
But
Well, it's the same price as like a SUV Cadillac or like a Mercedes Benz or something like that. A Tesla is not a Toyota
yeah,
everyday
but
car for sure.
those cars are actually more common. Like okay, like, let me ask perspective. I drive a Camry. My father drives a Corolla or whatever, Yaris, half electric, half whatever. His girlfriend drives a Mercedes. The people I work with, all the high street people drive Mercedes, BMW, you know, V8s, V6, you know, big money cars. Um, and none of my friends, most of my friends drive used cars. They're not Tesla. They're like some shitty like Altima or like a fucking Subaru,
Are,
shit
are
like
they
that.
are they in the same type of field or income level as your managers and your upper level coworkers?
Everybody above my level, like 80K plus, drives a luxury vehicle that's not a Tesla.
Yeah,
It's
but your
a
friends, are they making 80K plus?
my friends that are below 50, they're making their own used vehicles that are like Camrys, Corollas, Subarus, like so that's demographic of cars that people drive.
Well,
Sure.
So
here's the thing, bro. Like that. Obviously, what you're saying is true. But that I don't think that goes as a negative towards Tesla, as opposed to like if you're making 80 grand a year, you shouldn't be driving a fucking $50,000 car, bro. Like that's just get fucking swole, get big. That's not a smart, in my opinion, not a smart financial decision. So it also could be like you're being dumb with your money. You know what I
well, a
mean?
lot of people are done with money. Like you go to Denny's and you buy a $25 meal, you know, that's fucking retarded. You know, like you're spending shit that you can make at home for like $5. So we all
100%.
make dumb decisions with our own money.
Right. But when it comes to cars, you were saying.
Yeah, when it comes to cars, it's like, you know, everybody around me that makes this much amount of money or is always broke drives a used Toyota or some generic brand that's not a Tesla. And everybody who makes more than my threshold of 80K drives literally like an expensive luxury car. And the only times I've ever seen, I used to drive I used to when I was in Miami, I was younger. I used to drive. How do you call it? I used to valet drive. So I would joyride cars, and Teslas weren't even that common. Like I've driven more Lambos than I drove Teslas. So
Okay.
and so it's just like yours. You're seeming like this guy is like, oh, he's crazy amazing and like he does all that shit, but like reality, like I don't see his product really anywhere other than like memesters, like those meme guys who just like suck his dick like 24/7. They buy
Yeah,
everything.
yeah.
They have the Dogecoin shit on their car, and they have the SpaceX bullshit on their car. And they're driving a Tesla.
Well,
That's literally like all I see when it comes to like Elon.
well, I have a different perspective, bro, because I work by downtown, um,
Mm-hmm.
and downtown Miami, and bro, like especially recently on the road, I'm seeing more and more Teslas every day, bro. I would say maybe now, like before, maybe a couple years ago, it was like I would seeing a Tesla was like, oh shit, a fucking Tesla. That's like Elon Musk shit. But
Bro,
now Teslas are extremely common in Miami,
it's
bro.
it's it's kind of like the Miami delusion is like concentrated in Miami because anything popular or trendy starts happening in Miami at like a steroid level. So like the moment something becomes like popular, Miami people just pick it up and they just wear it, they use it, they buy it, and it's
Well, I think it's
it's
big
kind
cities
of
in general. I don't think it's just Miami. I think it's big cities
it's
in general.
clout. Okay, have you ever seen clout chasers or
Hundred
clout
percent,
clout
100%.
monkeys? That's
Yeah.
like Miami's like is like that on steroids, bro. It, and Elon, like you before, Elon has a very powerful social media presence, and social media has a massive impact on our perspective on life, especially people who live in like cloud cities.
I agree, but I think
And
the product, the Tesla car, is fucking badass, bro.
yeah, it is, but like in like the normal average person, when they like buy something, it's like, oh, I have this much money, I want to buy a Corvette, I
Well,
want
of
to buy a
course. Well, I
Charger,
mean, the
I want to
average
buy this,
person, or the
you
average
know.
American, we were talking about this the other day. The average American makes like, on average, what was it, Eric? Like 42 grand a year, or something like that, like household income,
36,000.
36,000 household income. You're not gonna be
Oh,
able to
house?
afford a
No, not
Tesla.
household. That was individual.
Well, individual,
Yeah, you're not
a
gonna afford
single
a Tesla.
human. The average is like 36 to
But
40K, right?
a Challenger is like the same price tag around it. Like, so 25, 35K. So
Yeah.
people, I know dudes who get out of the military. And the first thing they do with their fucking they're like military money is like I want to buy a fucking Challenger. So the
That's
the,
an investment, though, bro. I mean,
No,
if
bro,
you're
that's
thinking
dumb as
about it,
fuck.
not
that
financial
was fuck.
investment.
Nah,
but
If
that's
they're
not an
single,
but
investment.
if they're
but we're
coming back
human.
from
We do
war,
bad shit.
dude, yo, Jose, if you're pulling up in a Toyota Corolla, bro, to a fine ass girl, what do you feel more comfortable in?
No,
Is
no,
it is it the Toyota Corolla or is it the Dodge Charger, for example?
I'm not bashing it, but we're all humans. When we do dumb shit. Like
Bro,
I do dumb shit all the time.
bro, if
So
you're a broke boy, you can't be getting a fucking expensive ass car to
But we, but
impress
we, but we
females.
still do though. We still make those decisions. It's part of being a dumb human.
But we can
It's gonna
recognize
happen.
that they're bad decisions. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? We can recognize like, yo, this is stupid. Don't be doing this shit. You know what I mean?
I did that
And
when I
we
was
can
younger.
correct
When
for
I
it.
when I was younger, I got a 350Z and I trashed it.
Yeah,
We all
like
made dumb shit and we realized that was
exactly.
just
But we know that it's
bad.
dumb. My point is, we know we can look back and know that it's dumb, and so we can like. I would never recommend like for sure people who join the military they get these fat fucking sign-on bonuses, and the meme is that oh here sign on the dotted line for a Camaro, right? That's like the meme, bro. Like
That happens all the time.
don't get a
Happens all
fucking
the time.
Camaro with your sign-on bonus, bro. Don't be dumb.
No,
Save
that's some
that bread
dumb
and put
shit,
it for
bro.
better use, bro. Get a down payment on a crib. You know what I mean? But that goes back to financial literacy and what we're teaching kids and shit
Yeah.
like that. By the way, we have a comment. Let's pull it up here on the stream. What up, Oscar? Recurrent viewer. Elon and Steve Jobs are probably the best examples. Steve Jobs' wealth is just a tiny figure compared to the value he gave us with the iPhone. Bro, that's big facts. Like
Steve Jobs, yeah.
the
I think
iPhone, dog, the iPhone is probably one of the best inventions like of the last of the last 30, 40 years.
Steve Jobs and Jeff Bezos are probably the best. Elon, I think you guys are like
Well,
Yo,
Elon,
can we just say that like straight up? Like, I think what happens in real time happens throughout history, bro. Like when you get these crazy inventors and like these fucking out of the box thinkers, they're usually very controversial while they're alive, and then they're fucking like hyped up afterwards, like Albert Einstein, for example, bro. Like I feel
Jeff
like
Bezos is
Elon
still
is
alive.
getting shit because like, yo, you got to be sort of a bad guy to do what he does. Let's be real as fuck here. You can't be 100% nice to do the things that he does. But
Okay,
like,
What does he really do though? He just talks shit on Twitter.
here's the
no,
thing, bro. It's not about being nice. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody said you got to be nice. Actually, being nice is not good. Like I
that's what
wouldn't say
I'm.
it's not good, but like as a man, bro, your goal shouldn't be being nice. It should be being effective, I think. And Elon, I would say, is extremely. There's one thing you can say about him is that he's extremely effective in what he does, bro.
But there's a cost to being effective, though. Can you agree? You have to
Of
be
course, there's
you
a
have to be
cost.
harder as a person. You have to be less like concerned about emotions and feelings.
I
And I
would agree
think
with that.
I think
Yeah.
people look at that and they're like, "Damn, he's a fucking cold ass dude." But it's not like that. It's like he has to be like that to do the things that he does. And I think people take that up as like a personal attack or like he's an asshole. But it's like, dude, you need to be an asshole to do some of the things that he partakes in. Just factual.
I mean, the guy brings an insane amount of value, bro. Like, if you think about Boring Company, like the Boring Company, bro, the dude's literally, he's thinking about shit that nobody fucking thinks about. He's thinking about digging holes underneath Los Angeles to relieve traffic, bro. How crazy is that? Only he would do some shit like that, right? I think what really blew Elon up and how
Right.
I like got it first heard about Elon and shit that he was doing was SpaceX, where he's talking about like, oh, within 30 years we'll have a human on Mars type shit. Like that's I think what blew him up, became what made him extremely fucking famous. All those videos of the presentations of, oh, here's a spaceship that we're building. We're gonna take humans on Mars by 2045. That's I think what really put him in the spotlight. Tesla now is very famous, but 5-6 years ago it wasn't as big as it is now. Tesla stock used to be like $40 a pop type shit. Now it's like a grand at least, right? So I think the guy has insane value. And when it comes to Twitter specifically, bro, like, is it extreme? Is it immediately obvious that buying Twitter is a good business move? Because I think Twitter hasn't turned a profit since like 2019 or some shit, right? That's what I was reading. So and he bought it at like $54.20 a share, or it was something like that, right? $52, some shit like that.
Yeah, in the 50s for sure.
And when the stock trades at normally like in the 30s.
I
So
was trading around 40 something at the time.
so is it a big brain business move? You know what I mean? Or is it more like, yo, the guy actually is trying to ensure free speech on the platform?
I think it's a little bit of both because Twitter was seen to be in the 70s at some point in the past year. So it's in a lull right now. It's like it's at a low, and so like it's not like he took the $10 over its limit. He took $10 of like a pretty decent buying price realistically, if we're speaking factually. Is like getting it at 54 was not a bad play, in my opinion.
I just think there's better uses of money for him. Like he could do actually much better, like probably more interesting things or with that level of bread than buying Twitter.
I think
You know
I
what I
think it
mean?
goes back to my original point, bro. I think he's very smart when it comes to how much of an impact social media matters to your success as a person these days. And
But he
if
didn't
you
have to buy
actually,
it to. He didn't have to buy it to do that. The guy has like 150 million
what
Twitter
if
followers or some shit.
he's just smart, like, all right, in his vision, he probably has a way of how he wants to articulate and like express himself. If those views don't align with Twitter's policy, then what's the best method for him to get to where he wants to be? By buying Twitter.
I
Like EU is already reaching out to him, like, hey, by the way, the policies, like, we got to make sure you guys are on the right policies as us. Like, people are worried, bro, and like, I see why it's controversial. Is all I'm saying. I don't think it's purely like a great business move. Dude, he's trying to get a few power grabs here and there. It looks a little sus, in my opinion. That's all I'm
bro,
saying.
I don't see it as controversial. I can see why it's controversial if you're from the perspective of like, oh, what is this guy doing buying all these things? Where it's like, bro, like if there's one human that we could trust with this sort of stuff, it would probably be Elon. Normally, ideally, you shouldn't trust anybody, right? But if you had to pick
I
one,
don't trust anybody, dude. Not even
I
trust
don't.
with men.
Neither do
Men,
I.
men in power are like are corruptible, especially people nowadays.
Well, unless your name is Marcus Aurelius. But anyway, neither do I. But bro, like, if there's one human we would trust with this sort of thing, It would probably be Elon, the guy who's trying to send people to space and single-handedly
Famous
changing the
last words,
electric
dude.
vehicle.
So what person we trust is this guy?
No,
Then
I mean, ultimately, he's
Wah,
purchased.
wah, wah.
Ultimately, it's Twitter, right?
Well,
Ultimately, it's not supreme power, right?
yeah, I don't really like. Okay, if he came from like a honest background, I would trust him. But like the same way, like the old days, like I would trust a warrior king, somebody who was a peasant, then fought, then became a commander, then became leader, then conquest, then won, became the conqueror of the nation. That I can understand that. But this guy was like kind of rich from the beginning, and he just went to college, got went to school, all
Was
that,
he
just
was he rich
investments.
from the beginning?
Yeah, his family owned a let me see.
But he wasn't a multi-billionaire. Like he didn't come from an extreme amount of wealth. I think he was one of the founders of PayPal, and when they sold the company, that's how he started his bread. And then he risked it all on fucking SpaceX.
Yeah, he basically bought Tesla.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he fucking risked all his bread on SpaceX. Like he had like 2 or 3 rocket launches. They had to be. They put out a documentary on Netflix where it was like the advent, like SpaceX from the beginning to where it is now. And bro, the guy was like, all his fucking money was in SpaceX. Where like if SpaceX went belly up, like he would be out of bread. You know what I mean? And it was all based on whether or not they could fucking launch a rocket.
South Africa, and
We're getting some.
his
We're losing
mother
you.
was
We're losing you,
a
brother.
dietitian. His dad was an engineer.
Yeah, he doesn't come from extreme wealth.
Better.
Yeah.
Yeah, there
He,
you go.
he
There you
pretty
go.
much made the money to fund SpaceX with PayPal, I'm pretty
With
sure.
PayPal, right?
Yeah.
And then he risked it all on SpaceX.
Yeah.
So the guy's got nuts, bro. Like he's coming. It's not that he's coming from. He's not a fucking like a generational inheriting a bunch of wealth and he's got daddy's money and all this shit. Like I don't think it's like that at all.
Dude, he's shown a lot of tenacity, bro. That's for sure.
By
I
the
can
way,
respect that.
we were talking about Tesla. We were
Co-founding
talking about like
PayPal.
I'm gonna pull up the production numbers of Tesla year over year, to see just how like how much it has scaled, bro. Because Tesla was much not as prevalent a couple years ago, but now it's significantly prevalent, bro. Look at this. Let me pull these numbers right here. Look how crazy this shit is.
Let's see it.
I think what you're saying about how like it was kind of like a meme, like, oh, it's only his followers or whatever, might have been true maybe a few years ago, but I think today it's not, bro. Because look at these numbers.
What are you talking about, followers?
Because Jose was saying that in his experience, he's only people who like drive Teslas or whatever are people who are like Elon stands that like love Elon, whatever, and so they're buying his product. I think it's much more common today just as a vehicle, and it's not just people who are like big fans of Elon and believe in Elon that are driving it. Like if we look at the Tesla numbers year over year, Tesla has sold 473,136 electric cars in the first 8 months of 2021, more than any other electric vehicle manufacturer worldwide. Since 2009, Tesla has produced a total of 1.91 million vehicles. If we look at the scaling of the numbers, Tesla vehicle deliveries in 2013, it was down here. You can see from 2017 to 2018, the massive jump, bro. It goes from like 100K to 250K. Then it jumps again to 350K, then 500K. So we just see the massive rise in popularity in Tesla. And even these numbers here by deliveries, and this doesn't even go to 2022, 22K, 31K, 50K, 76K, 103K, 245K, 360. Like, just look at these numbers. And then, of course, there was a sharp dip in 2020 with the supply issues and COVID smacked everybody upside down. So, bro, Elon's the go. Elon's the fucking go, dog. It's that simple. Maybe I'm a fanboy, but Elon's the fucking
Yeah, there's a little bias in there, but
Yeah,
we
you're
gotta
not biased
respect
because
it.
you're kind of projecting, brother.
A little
Nah,
bit,
I
a little
might be,
bit, just
bro.
because
And
like
You're projecting, dude.
hold on,
I'm not
one
gonna
thing
lie,
that's
bro. I'm not gonna lie. I really like enjoy, and I really fucking think that his vision, his idea of like, the reason I do this shit is because I want to know like the future is bright type shit. Like I want to wake up and be excited about the future. Like we're gonna be interplanetary species one day. We're gonna move to renewable energy one day. We're gonna do all these things that are cool and fucking good for humanity. That seems like good to me, bro. And the guy's not just words; he's actually making shit happen on the daily fucking basis. That's what I think is most impressive. But it's true. Like maybe I'm a little biased, bro. Like I do, fucking Elon's the GOAT in my opinion, bro. Hey, it is what it is, dog.
Yeah.
Yo,
No,
I will say
we're
this
all
though. You were throwing around some numbers with the Tesla manufacturers. Just to compare this to like more popular brands, I believe Tesla was about 500K this year from 2021 to 22.
I don't know what it is in 2022, but in 2021 Q1 and Q2, it was if we just take the 2020 numbers, it was 509,000 cars.
Yeah. So, for example, Toyotas, there was 1.6 million units built in 2021.
Well, let's talk about units sold though. Sold. Well,
Uh,
vehicle production and
all of
sales.
them.
so my point is maybe the number's a little off, but realistically, there's like 3 different links can be around the same number.
Oh no.
Uh,
If you're
there's
saying that Toyota sells more, I'm sure that's accurate. I mean, at the end of the day, it's more of a luxury car. It's $42,000.
I'm more trying to push back the idea that like it's not that popular. I could go days without seeing a Tesla, bro, and then I
Yeah,
could go
dude.
days where I see like 3 Teslas in a row.
I don't
But
see a Tesla at all. Like
I think
outside of
seeing
Miami.
okay, but I
And
think
I'm
you
looking
guys
out for
seeing
Teslas, bro. It's
Teslas,
one of the few cars I look out for.
bro. But here's the thing: I think seeing Teslas really because if you live in the middle of Idaho, you're probably not gonna see a single fucking Tesla.
Yo, who lives in Idaho here, bro? We're talking between
It's
the
not
three of
about
us.
I'm in
I'm
Florida,
giving an
bro.
example, bro.
I live
I'm
like
giving
a
an
2 hours away from you, bro.
Hey, yo, there's hella people that live in Idaho, bro. But what I'm saying is that your location strongly because if you live in LA, you're seeing Teslas every day. Like I see Teslas
Yeah,
every day.
cloud cities.
I see Teslas every day, bro. It's more like it's not so much what do we see on the daily basis. It's more like are we moving in a
What
good
you
direction?
see on a daily basis.
No, it's more like are we
Yeah.
moving in a good direction, bro? Because what if the car, right now the entry point is like $42,000 to have this car. What if it was 25K? That's much more accessible than 42, right? I mean, we probably
Yeah.
see even more Teslas, right?
Probably, yeah. But I'm saying
what
is
I'm
like
saying.
the Elon isn't catering towards like the average man. He's catering towards like a select group
Of
you know,
what?
of people who either like his product or are willing to choose his product over a more because I think Tesla can look kind of gay. Like we're like to be honest, it doesn't look gay as fuck. I drove a couple too. It's like not even that cool inside. It's like whoa, cool shit. Well, like a Corvette, a Mercedes, a BMW look way better, have more clout, and like you take away like the meme shit and like the whole Twitter and like all the internet bullshit out of it, you get like it's a fucking car. Like
So you think a Corvette is like, damn, that dude's got something going good. But you think for like someone driving a Tesla, you're like, ah, you're fucking.
it really depends on where you live, dude. Like because like, where I live, it's like I see it's American cars, Challengers. Like I live in a hillbilly area, so it's just like fucking redneck white people. So it's just Ford trucks and like muscle cars and Corollas and worker level cars. And if you do see a luxury car, it's like a GTR, a I saw one Lambo here, and that's it, a Corvette. Yeah.
Yo, what up, Tony Storm? Appreciate you checking in,
What
big
up,
dog.
Tony?
Appreciate you checking in, bro.
And it comes to big cities, they're like directly linked to whatever's popular, dude. It's like
100%. I think the bigger cities, maybe more of like what we're talking about is like the bigger cities, they skew more towards individuals who are more likely to buy electric vehicles because they more so that they believe in that sort of stuff. I think the car itself is badass, in my opinion. I used to drive a Toyota. Now, I recently upgraded my car a little bit. And now I drive a fucking what some people might consider still a shitty car, but I think it's really fucking badass. I drive a Hyundai Ioniq, like a hybrid, because I looked for the most fuel efficient car in the market, and that's the one that I got.
Yeah, you basically bought a fucking Yaris, dude. Like,
it's kind of like it's like the Hyundai version of
yeah,
Prius.
it's the same shit, just different. But like you didn't choose a Tesla, you chose a fucking Prius.
Yeah, I was looking at getting a Tesla, but it was like a little bit more expensive, and I didn't really want to pay.
Exactly, it doesn't cater towards the common man.
No, I can. I can afford it. It wasn't a matter of like, I can't. Like, it's too much bread. But I didn't.
It's like it's not worth it.
I didn't want to make such a jump yet, basically, from my own financial situation or whatever.
Okay, so you made a conscious. You have the funds, but you're not willing to give up those funds right now
Not for a
that
car,
car is
but that's
worth.
just because I'm not really a car person that much. Like I don't really care too much about
But a
what
nigga
car
who
I'm
likes
driving.
but a guy who likes cars wouldn't get a Tesla. He would get like dudes who like cars are like, oh, I'm in Honda Civics or fucking edited or old school cars with different
Yeah,
engines inside of it,
I agree
or
with
like
that.
so it's like the demographic you're talking about doesn't exist. Car
Yeah,
people
I
wouldn't
agree.
buy Teslas.
Yeah, I agree with and I hear that a lot from people who are like into cars. Are like, bro, I'm not getting a fucking Tesla. I'm gonna get a GT. I'm gonna get a GTR or a fucking
Oh yeah,
Corvette
dude.
or a Corvette or a Mustang or some shit. So I
Yeah.
do see where you're coming from. What do you think,
So you
Eric?
think it's more gender neutral then, is what I'm hearing.
I'm saying like the only people buying this shit are like fucking memers, like the people like the fanboys.
The fanboys. You
So
don't think there's I think Leroy sort of pushed back on that thought, but
yeah.
Yeah,
I think
I
it
don't think that's true, but
I think it's like 50-50. I think there's a combination of fanboys and like people who like the car. I think it's a
yeah,
little bit of both.
I think it might have been fanboys a couple years ago. Now it's very mainstream. I would say
Yeah.
not as mainstream as a fucking Toyota Corolla, of course, but I think it's more mainstream. It's on the level of like a Mercedes Benz right now, for example, or like a Cadillac. I would say.
Okay, Mercedes Benz, probably Tesla right here. Yeah, right here.
Yo, I just think, hey, you got some shit against Elon or some shit, bro. What's
I
going on here,
don't
dog?
know. I generally like don't have nothing against them. I just don't see like why the rile up for it because like I feel like Jeff Bezos and Bill Gates and these guys they're like more realistic and like we're on a computer right now looking at each other through a computer screen. That's because of Bill Gates.
Oh, 100%. And if we talk about just
I'm on my phone right now and I jerk off in my bed every night because of my
Thanks to
phone.
Bill Gates
And thanks to Steve
or
Jobs.
Jeff Bezos.
Right. I buy my shit off Amazon. It gets here tomorrow. You know, realism. Like these people have,
you
like,
think that's more value than a Tesla?
like, hey God, thank you, God Bezos, thank you for bringing me this shit. Oh God Bezos, thank you for this nut. You know, like, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
you're saying that Bezos and Bill Gates they've provided more value than maybe
yeah, more
Elon
about it
has.
because we literally are experiencing them in the moment.
It's more
While,
day to day
like,
shit. It's more day to day shit.
yeah, like who has an iPhone? Like 50% of
Pretty
people
much
have an
everyone.
iPhone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that's how I feel
I can
about
see that
politics
argument.
these days, bro. That's literally how I feel about politics. I've gotten into like this like zone out. Like
Give
I
me
don't
a
really
check,
want to.
Trump. Give me that Trump.
I can't
2024 Trump.
I can't care either way, whatever side. It's
Give
like
me that stimmy, bro.
I realize there's such a small impact on like it's not our day to day. Like none of this shit that we hear about politics is day to day to us.
Bro, when Trump gave me that stimmy, I was like, yo, we're going Trump 2020 right here.
Trump.
I don't give a fuck anymore. Fuck Biden. Trump. Stimmy.
Oh my god.
It's all
man.
perspective on how we navigate our lives. Like we obviously we want our best for our families, our friends, and such. If all my boys are benefiting off a nut off my phone, obviously I wouldn't value that more than like a space, possibly space shit that you know I'm like against because I feel like we stay on our planet. We shouldn't forsake our planet and actually work to fix it.
But don't you think
But
Elon is working to fix it by like single handedly changing the electric car infrastructure in the United States? Don't you think that's
well,
like a massive?
the thing is though, like there's so much bureaucracy in the United States when it comes to infrastructure that like nothing really gets done. Like how many fucking years have we been waiting for an Orlando train from Miami in an hour?
I believe it's
How
this year.
how much? Oh, finally, like 30 years later, or
Like
where's the Palmetto going to be fixed? Going to be fixed?
bro,
Wouldn't that argue for the fact of rooting for Elon because we know bureaucracy isn't working to fix these issues?
so
That
the private sector will do it better than the public
private
sector.
sector will
I
make
feel like the
moves.
private sector would honestly do better than like what the fuck's happening now.
You know what I think the issue here is, bro?
It's so
I think
coddled.
Jose's perception of like what he finds valuable in a company and a CEO is like more immediate gratification, like the iPhone, the jerking
What
off. In the
benefits
bed.
my life, like, are the lives in general of the people I know and myself.
But
Versus,
like Elon, for some of the things he does, he has to do it in the thinking of the long term without thinking about how it's going to impact you right now. He's thinking about
okay,
like
but
50
like
years down the line.
if he was for long term stuff, I'd feel like he wouldn't be known for space, he'd be known for like, I'm trying to fix the planet and fix our issues here. Because I honestly, you're betting that we're gonna somehow find water on the planet on Mars, who's like kind of done, versus trying to fix our current issues in our planet that like we're literally dumping shit into our water all the time. We're allowing companies to do all this shit. We're underpaying our staff to actually work in like in cleaning or like it's kind of trash.
Like you found no respect or pride into NASA.
I don't see the hype around space travel when like
So
we're
you're
like
saying there's more immediate issues on Earth
it's
than
like
fucking
you
space
you
travel.
you care about more about getting jacked than actually like getting like doing the action of like working out like and fixing issues on the planet. Like we can't fix the pit issues here. Why the fuck are you talking about thinking about like the fucking stars? You know?
So you're saying what you're saying is right, and tell me if I'm wrong. That there are bigger problems than let's make
space travel.
humanity interplanetary.
Yeah, like right now we're not literally capable of. I don't think we're like mentally and like ability like worthy. We're not worthy of going to the stars right now. Like our planet's fucked up. We're like our policies are all messed up. We're polluting, destroying. We're causing literally the sixth extinction in our planet. That's like
I think that's not a terrible argument. I don't agree. I obviously don't agree, but one thing I would say is that you do make a point that there's fucking issues here that we maybe don't do as good of a job on. But what I would say to that, my only pushback to that would be, I think Elon is strongly contributing to like the carbon issue or like the environmental issues, not just with Tesla, but also with Solar City and, for example, Boring Company. I think that those things are potential solutions. And he also talks about how like, nuclear energy is super important in infrastructure in the United States, that, we've been pretty much moving against that for a long time. He talks about renewable energy all the time.
Yeah, I'm for all that actually. I'm for nuclear energy. I'm for like making our infrastructure better. But like there hasn't been any like actions on it. I haven't seen any like FPL still fucking like monarchy. FPL still trying to do shit with their electrical shit, like still trying to keep people on their like expensive fucking electric bill. Still trying to monopolize the market. The fucking train isn't built yet, so there hasn't actually been like gains.
I guess my question, Jose.
Like, here's an example of that. Have you got like a workout plan from someone, and then it never works?
Yeah.
But like this workout plan, like it should eventually get you to that point, but it doesn't get you anywhere. It hasn't done anything for you. That's kind of like how I equate it to. It's like, he has his workout plan for his like crazy space shit, but like we haven't really like got any type of benefit of it for the last like 6 years that he's kind of been relevant.
My question, Jose, hold on. Let me get this real quick.
Go ahead.
My question to you, Jose, is why do you chastise Elon so much? Because realistically, this burden should be on everyone, right? It's not just related to Elon specifically.
Well, Jeff Bezos made a revolutionary product, Amazon. That's changed our whole lives.
But I'm saying like you're talking about saving the Earth, right? Saving the Earth type shit.
But you're equating this person to as valuable to a guy who has literally done nothing.
Well, I wouldn't say done nothing, bro. I think done nothing.
But
that's not
the
levels, bro.
Yo, but hold on, Jose. I will say this, that you're cracking me up, bro. You dead ass, bro.
I don't understand like the hype, dude. Like you can't put these people on the same level.
But, like it seems like you're taking away points from Elon because he's not making these proactive moves when it comes to the environment and saving the Earth. But you're not deducting points for the other billionaires who aren't doing this as well.
But here's the thing: Elon is doing that, though. But Elon is doing that.
Solar City, I agree. But like
Tesla,
yeah,
bro. Like, imagine how shit moves through trucks in the United States. Like trucks deliver shit to companies, and that's how our supplies get around. Imagine if every truck was now electric. How much carbon emission would that save?
But has that happened yet?
But it's on the way. It's being worked on.
Yeah, it's being worked on. Yeah, I get that. But you can't benefit off a product before it's out.
I agree. Of course, I agree. But
so like the clout, you can't benefit from the clout until it's out.
True, I mean. But Tesla is here.
Yeah, electric vehicles. If they release it tomorrow and there's no car crashes or somebody dies in like a year that they're doing that, then yeah, I say that. Oh, great, You're at this man level maybe, but before that happens, you can't put that. Like I just don't feel like
So you think
that's
he's not at that level yet?
Yeah, he's not that level yet. Like it's
He's doing some good shit, but he's not at the level of like Bezos and
yeah.
Could we
Steve
link
Jobs
this
and shit.
back to like our original point of like Elon pretty much benefiting from the cloud of social media and the way he plays it? Like I think he does it better than most CEOs, bro.
Yeah, he plays
personal,
the game well.
and it creates value off of that as
It's
well.
like
It's like a
it's like
multiplier
getting
effect.
angles. It's like getting good
Yeah, it's
angles on
like
your
taking a
pictures.
good angle at the gym, bro. You know how it be sometimes you gotta like post up, like get the lighting.
You're seeing those fat girls that post like these crazy photos that like yeah, look all this good, but then you meet them and it's like what the fuck happened to you? Like it's kind of like
I think that's
kinda like
every
that.
girl, bro. Not just like fat girls. I think that's every girl.
Hey, I there's some girls who are really good at those angles, and it's kind of like the same like equation for filters all that shit. So, but yeah, that's my opinion. I'm not gonna I don't want to
Yeah.
be on Elon's thing all day.
But to not get too sidetracked, to stay on the topic of billionaires. I don't know, bro. I don't know. Elon is I don't know, man.
Oh god.
You're making some good points, but I guess we got to just agree to disagree on this one.
Yeah, and then once the drones start delivering shit for me, then I'll be like, there's no way fucking like Elon can like is on this level, bro. No way.
So you get like an aerial drop.
Yeah, like they fucking my condoms to my door. Like thank bless, I'm gonna get some pussy tonight.
Oh my god, bro. This guy once the one thing we forgot to mention about Elon, bro. Like, what do you think about Starlink?
Yo, Jose,
is it Starlink? Is it Starlink revolutionary?
What's Starlink?
Dude, Starlink is the man is literally shooting satellites up into space where you can get internet in extremely remote places. That's not based on cable companies fucking running wires.
Okay,
bro.
so on the flip side, I went to a cave in Georgia and I had no signal. So that definitely did not help me.
Unless it's realized, bro. It's not helping, bro. It's not real till it's real.
Starlink is real.
Starlink
is real.
In Jose's opinion.
But there are thousands, objectively, there are thousands of satellites in the air right now for Starlink. Literally, when the whole Ukraine thing started going on, Elon was like, oh, the Starlink satellites over fucking Ukraine are going to help ensure that, the Russians aren't able to fucking block off the Ukrainians from communicating with the outside world. We're going to provide that internet for them through Starlink.
Did you hear about the article where they used Starlink to like look over a person's house? There was a bunch of Russians in the mansion or whatever, and that gave them the info to the Ukrainian officials to like bomb the place.
Look at that, bro.
That's crazy.
That blows my mind. You know what I mean? So I think Starlink is extremely useful. So it's just shit like that, bro. Like the guy bro. By the way, Neuralink. We're not even talking about Neuralink, which is the big, like the crazy, maybe not the craziest. I think SpaceX is the craziest, but awesome shit like inserting a chip into your brain that's potentially curing paralysis and letting you interface with the internet like just remotely, bro.
Oh yeah, and
the guy's doing crazy shit.
Like that's gonna happen to you, and then you're gonna have a bunch of ads saying you want BBLs, you want to lose weight, or buy these pills, bro. It's like
have you ever seen the show on Netflix, Altered Carbon?
Never seen it.
No.
All right, so it's basically a show where like it's futuristic, where like the billionaires they live for hundreds of years because their consciousness is in a chip and they just switch bodies.
Yeah. They're called sleeves.
Yeah, they're called sleeves. Yeah, and they just
literally
they just get a new body every like couple hundred years.
And they're all jacked as fuck, and all the best sleeves are all like fucking jacked as shit, and then just put the best. But and they have sex like with like 4 different bodies at the same time.
Bro, that's where we're going, bro. Like that's like the deep future, but I don't know, bro. It's crazy. I think Elon's the go. But anyway, bro. Hey, we talked about a lot of shit here tonight, bro. This has been a productive discussion. So,
yo, you got a final topic for us, Jose?
Yeah, before we start wrapping up, we got to start wrapping up here.
Nah, not really. I've been on the topic, just like the reacting to the topics at hand.
Appreciate it, bro. Eric, anything you want to say before we wrap it up for the night, bro?
Dude, it's been a huge pleasure, Jose, to have you on, bro. I love your takes, bro. It's just that the strength in how you perform it, like it's amazing, bro. And like we may not agree on everything, but dude, you're a beast.
Strength.
Look at that shit, bro. You're goddamn Thor, bro.
This man looks like fucking. Well, for sure, bro. Hey, appreciate you coming on, Jose. Appreciate our guests for tuning in. If you've watched the show while we were live, Appreciate you guys. Appreciate everybody who's gonna watch it later. This has been IRL Quest, bro. Episode 11. We covered a lot of stuff today. Jose,
Been
thanks for coming
amazing.
on.
Pleasure, anytime.
Eric, as usual, it's been a fucking pleasure, my friend.
As always, yo, Jose, been a pleasure, bro. Glad to have you on, dog.
All right, guys. Hey, thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you on the next one. Appreciate you guys. Deuce.